We're back already. Can't get enough of Brandon and Liam today. Scoring the players. Gentlemen, how was the fan reaction?
Really good.
Very good. We had loads of people on.
Yeah.
And basically said all the same thing, but understandable how the game progresses. Or how the game went, sorry. That's what I tried to say.
Talking about the game, we've come out with a 1-1 draw. Arguably on another day, could have been a 2-1 win or a 1-0 loss. Lots of drama in the last 5 minutes. Here for your fix of getting the player ratings. Let us know in the comment section if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, what's different for yourself, how you felt the game went. I'll make it easy and start with the goalkeeper. But just before we come to that, Liam, what did you make of the game overall, mate?
I was bored out of my brains.
Yes.
I think it was like the most interesting thing was injury time. You know what I mean? I was just so bored. I don't know if it was just because I was probably tired after drinking last night, but I just didn't find it enjoyable watching that match at all. Don't know what you thought.
I was exactly the same. Like, we're coming on here, we're all happy and chirpy, but it was such I just couldn't get up for the game at all.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think especially
it was actually quite. What was that, mate?
I wanted to say, just put a damper on the start of the game with going 1-0 down already after 4 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with Liverpool having 22 shots, you'd think it was quite an open game, but it just felt dull. Like when Liam said there was 22 shots, I was like, where? I didn't even realise. So, yeah, but coming back to Newcastle, 1-1 draw. We've had a goal disallowed. What was everyone's thoughts on that? Everyone on the same ilk that it was bullshit. Yeah, fair enough.
I think you can tell, Karl, from what I had on the watch along. I wasn't happy.
But then I don't understand how VAR didn't see Trent Alexander-Arnold's push on Wilson, because it should have been brought back for a foul.
Because it's Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah,
I suppose.
The big six.
Yeah, the big six.
No PER against them.
One of the Newcastle admins tweeted something quite funny before 2 seconds. Literally said a big point against a former Super League opponent.
I bet they're wishing they fucking did everything they could to go through with it. Now they might as well have fucked off. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Klopp getting outdone by Bruce twice in one season. Never good. But yes, next season that goal counts in the Prem 100%. Let's like I said, get your comments coming in. I'll start with Martin Dubravka. I'm not copping out, but it's probably a relatively easy one. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was excellent today. He's kept us in the game. He's had 22 shots against him. Was able to just keep the team calm when we needed to. Excellent save against Mane, who was through 1-on-1. There's a couple, Salah 1-on-1. Pick of the bunch, really. Yeah, just thought it was an all-round good display from him. So yeah, I'm giving Martin Dubravka a relatively easy 9. Considering he's had 22 shots at him.
Not much to argue about it.
Pardon?
Not much to argue about.
No. Is it like anything that you boys wanted to add about his performance today?
The only thing I think he did great. When he got that weird ball from Shelvey, he could have done a lot more with it and just played over the line or whatever, or out to Dummett on the right. But that's the only thing.
Yeah. Who's that funny looking girl in the dressing gown? Do you know this person, Liam? Or no? Or
no?
Fair enough. Just giving you grief. What we got? Liam looks like the boudoir monk. Yeah, it's all about Liam and his dressing gown. Everyone's missed him today. I'll come over to yourself, Liam, and I'll give you Jacob Murphy. What do you make of Jacob Murphy's performance today?
I thought he was quiet, obviously, when he had Jota on, and I think once Jota went off, he completely changed. He got down. He's got down the wing and put some decent balls in. Obviously, Willock probably should have scored a couple of headers. So, probably going to give him a 7 today. I think he did an all right job against what's he called, Jota. So yeah, 7 today for me. I think he's definitely, we need him. He's crossing when he can cross the ball. His crossing's impeccable.
Well, we talk about it every week. Do you think he's kind of cemented that position as his own finally?
Yeah, it's his position to lose.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody coming in to replace him now.
Definitely not. I mean, he interestingly, he had the most touches out of anyone in the Newcastle side today. But yeah, like you said, he's plenty of crosses in as always, and defending quite well as well. Anything you want to add on Jacob Murphy's performance, Brandon?
No, I totally agree with Liam. Actually, I brought it up on the fan reaction as well. I thought because nobody was talking about it, but I thought he had a pretty good game, especially second half.
Yeah. Coming over to yourself then, Brandon, we'll keep it at the back, of course. Federico Fernandez, how did you feel he fared today?
Out of the three, he was the better centre-back, but all of the centre-backs looked a little bit shaky, especially Clark. We'll come to that later, but so scoring him, I like to give him a 4. Sorry, a 5, sorry.
A 5?
5.5, 5, yeah.
Okay.
They weren't that great.
Oh, bear with me a second. No, I agree. They didn't have their. Did you say 5 or 5.5?
Let's go 5.5 because I want to rate the other one slower. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of the centre halves had their best day. There were some poor performances, to be fair. I think we're like the result, although we could have won, was I think it was flattering for us in the end. I don't know about you boys. But yeah, what do you think that we're missing Jamal Lascelles, Brandon?
Yeah. He's more of the talker, right? And I every game when he's not in the squad, I see why he's the captain. Crazy enough, Jonjo is clearly not captain, so I don't think he should even be a captain or near a captain. But I thought Fernandez or Kieran Clark could be a good captain, but now it's highly doubted actually.
Yeah. That's fair enough. And talking to Kieran Clark, I'll come to myself for him. I probably wouldn't have gone. I don't know. I'd have probably given Kieran Clark a 5.5, but because you've gone there for Fernandez, I will go lower. But yeah, I just thought he had an absolutely awful game today. Possibly one of the worst games he's had for Newcastle in a long, long time. Mistake after mistake, not clearing the ball properly, deciding to pass across his own 6-yard box. He was just an absolute fucking shambles today, which is unfortunate because, like I've said in the watch along, and we've all said he was always quite consistent. Aston Villa have always said that they were glad to get rid of him, but we were always happy because of his performance being so consistent. And over the last, I don't know, 5-6 games, he really has had a mistake in him, and he could have really cost us the game massively today. So I think, based on your one, I'll give him a 5. Not a good day at the office, but just needs to dust himself down, as Stevie Bruce says, and go from there. Anything you boys want to add on that?
It's pretty much just everything you've just said, mate.
Yeah. I want to add though, like we rate these centre backs so low because it wasn't up to the centre backs that we kept that it was just one goal against us. It was Martin Dubravka who saved us, and not the centre backs. So that's why I rated them so low.
You know what? Thinking about it, I'm going to go lower than that. I don't think he was very good at all. I was thinking
for Kieran Clark a 4 actually. But
yeah, I'm going to be a little bit nice and just give him a 4.5. But coming over to yourself, Liam, Paul Dummett, how do you think he fared today?
Like you said, I don't think any of the defenders had the greatest game. Obviously, having 22 shots doesn't show you've had a good game. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
probably about 5. Obviously, any defender is going to have a hard game against Salah and Mane and Jota and things like that. So the 5, I think a 5's fair enough for me.
Do you think Dummett was decent in terms of battling today? Do you think he made some good challenges in terms of keeping us in the game, or do you just feel like he didn't really do much?
I can't really remember him that much in the game, if I'm being honest. I can't remember any tackles coming down his way, so I might have just missed them, but no.
Fair enough. Brandon, yourself, what do you make of Dummett's performance?
Not the worst of the centre-backs and definitely not the best, so yeah, I agree with the 5. Not much to add on, didn't stand out. Did his job, that's it. Fair
enough. Over to yourself then, Brandon. Matt Ritchie. We've arguably been a different side since he's come back into the side. Do you think that was still the same today?
Yeah, I think it was pretty important today, especially going forward. Although there was, for the most of the first half and second half, not much. Well, there wasn't much people in the box if he tried to cross it. So, but for his effort and his work rate and how he played the game, I would like to give him a 7. You guys agree?
I think with when Ritchie comes in, there's just more fight in the team, isn't there?
Yeah.
He'll fight to the last minute to try and get with a win, or to try and, like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I thought he was consistently like trying to get down that left hand side, and
yeah,
but he had obviously had a shaky start, and things didn't start great. But I thought, yeah, he was kept driving, kept trying to whip balls into the box, kept trying to link up with the front three. Yeah, I thought he had a relatively solid game, to be fair. He was by far the best across that back line, definitely. But bar Murphy, like him and Murphy played well. The wing backs played well. I feel like they've been quite consistent over the last few weeks anyway. What are we laughing at, Brandon?
This comment.
Oh, about it. Yeah. Want to compare?
But also set, you know.
Is Liam naked under his dressing gown today? Lad must be sweltering. Potentially. Are you naked under your dressing gown?
No, I've got boxers on, unfortunately.
And they're the same ones that you couldn't get off last night.
Yes.
For anyone that didn't want to watch the watch along, Liam, do you want to quickly let everyone know like that you couldn't get yourself?
So, I was out yesterday on the drink, and obviously it's cold because of outside. So I had like socks, long johns, and then socks. And obviously when I was pissed, I couldn't take them off my feet, so I just slept with them on at the bottom of my feet all night.
It's great to have Dubravka in goal again. Absolutely. I will admit this. I personally have felt that Darlow's the better goalkeeper. I know people disagree, and that's fine. But yeah, he's been solid. Been very, very, very solid. Talking of solid, but he's probably not so solid. Coming over to myself, Jonjo Shelvey.
That's a good one.
I don't know what to make of his performance today. Like, I thought he was pretty shocking in the first half, but I don't think he actually did that bad when he dropped into centre half. So yeah, some of his passing was off. You know that we spoke about it in the watch long, but where we're through on goal, we got the keeper rattled, and then he's decided to bring the ball down, turn around, and ping a 50-yard ball to Martin Dubravka, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in football, I think. To which then Mane has tackled him and potentially could have scored on another day. Like, his decision making was bad today, I thought. And yeah, he's. I think it's time for him to be dropped and bring Willock into the side personally. So I'm going to give Jonjo. Carry on, mate.
Well, believe me, Karl, it's not the worst thing you've ever seen. Come and watch and spend a month with me in the Netherlands, and you watch the Dutch league. It's not the worst thing you can ever see, but.
Mate, I wouldn't expect someone in Sunday League to do what he did, like with regards to that today. I thought it was an absolute joke.
It's probably going to be Longstaff, Shelvey again, because we've got Arsenal next, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to change the dynamic of the team, because, like, regardless of what we say, it has worked over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like, Willock scoring again off the bench as well was just like Steve Bruce has found his go-to formation. Like, he'll go to any club now and use this formation. Like, if he was on Football Manager, this would be the go-to formation because it's worked. Regardless of who plays.
I actually believe that Bruce thinks now, if I keep bringing Willock from the bench, he probably score. So just bring him on later and not start him.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of people saying that Shelvey's lost the plot. He's too comfortable under Bruce and time for him to move on. I'd kind of feel that way myself. Geordie Sancaster says Shelvey worked hard today. I don't dispute his work rate today. It was just the other stuff. I thought his decision making was bad, but I thought he was okay when he dropped into centre half, which is why he's got a slightly higher score than what I was going to give him. Am I coming now, Liam? His counterpart, Sean Longstaff. How do you think he fared?
He made some decent runs. Obviously, he should have finished his chance when he was one-on-one with Allison. Who's Anderson? That's Cooper.
Anderson is our player.
Yeah, I've got to give him a 6. I think I can't really remember him doing a lot. So he's 6 for me. Like he did make some good runs, but apart from that, I don't remember him impacting the game. Apart from that,
and I think he did deserve a 6 because he should have done more with that chance he got from Shelvey.
Again, sorry?
100%.
I said he should have done more with the chance he got from Shelvey. That pass, the position he got in, he should have done more. He should have shoot earlier. And after he didn't, he just was a little bit pushed outside. Well, that made the chance more difficult.
Yeah. So, I think to be fair, like people in the chat, let us know if I think our scores might be slightly inflated because we've come out with a result. I think if we'd have got beaten like 3 or 4-0 today, which we should have really, with the amount of chances that Liverpool had, then I think these scores would be a lot lower. Because I don't think anyone really had a good game. I don't know about you, but like other than Maximin was obviously doing what he does best.
Murphy did okay,
and Murphy did okay, and Ritchie. But other than that, like I thought, we're pretty. Yeah. Well,
although he's not applicable, but
I just thought we were pretty piss poor all over the park. If Dubravka were like, if we had an average goalkeeper in goal, could have easily been 5 or 6-0 today. I think.
Yeah.
That's why we need to get a hold of Dubravka, especially for next season if we stay up. You can't let him go. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why should he go? He's old already. I think he wanna finish his days. Well, he want to do maybe 1 or 2 more seasons in Newcastle, and then probably goes back to the Czech league or Slovakian league even, and then just finish his career over there.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Like it depends how high he thinks he can go if he can play for a better side. Because he's absolutely an excellent goalkeeper. Like, coming over to yourself, mate. Maximin, how do you feel he got on, Brandon?
Energetic. Dangerous as well. He was definitely the biggest threat for us on the field. But besides that, I don't even believe he's 100% fit yet. Like you guys said on the watch along as well, he's gonna run himself into the ground. I thought he would have gone off already 2 times in the game. In the first half and second half, it seemed like he was getting off. But despite that, him being active and being a threat to Liverpool, I'd like to give him an 8.
8. Yeah, I think to be fair, I think that's a pretty fair score. I thought every time he was on the ball, he's always making Liverpool think, and any sort of opportunity we had always stems from him. He's been excellent over the last few weeks, and when he runs at defenders, he scares the shit out of them at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure that he's fully fit either, because I know he goes down a lot anyway, but he just seems like he's always looking to be hurt. Do you know what I mean? How do you feel he got on today, Liam? Or was you not? Do you think he was? Because I know we spoke about it in the watch long. Do you think he was probably slightly overrated by us today? Or
I think he did well. But obviously his job is mainly to score goals and assists, which he didn't do. So you kind of say he had a brilliant day. Do you know what I mean? But he's always that threat that, regardless of what team it is, he's going to put people on the back foot. And you don't want him running at you, because I don't think he knows half the time what he's doing himself. So you're not gonna know. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. I think like the prime example, his decision making as well still needs working on, because there was one where he's come down the right hand side and he's at the byline and he's managed to cut inside and come literally horizontally across goal, and he could have smashed it, into the net, and he's not really looked and just thrashed it across the goal from like 5 yards out, and there was no one there. He's just like, if you got your head up rather than trying to fucking dance around everyone, we could have fashioned a chance. And that's not, me being harsh. I just think he does need to still work on that final product. Is it back to myself? But yeah, I thought he had a solid game out of 10.
It is.
Who have I got? I've got Miggy.
Interesting.
Miggy. It is an interesting one, because he's been average for a few weeks now, I think.
He's average. Really?
Pardon?
You think he's average? I think he's slightly underperforming after he picked up a good form.
No, I don't mean as a player. I'm just saying that he's been average over the last few weeks.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying him as a player. I'm just saying he's been. Well, no, I'll say he's been shit for the last 3 weeks. Shit is the word I would use. He's not been very good at all. Like he's been running blindly, doing things that I thought that he got rid of from his game. Just running, like Liam said, just running straight lines blindly into people and not being aware of what's going on around him. Like, yeah, he can work hard at times, but it's not enough sometimes. And I think over the last 3 weeks, he hasn't been good enough.
It's a little bit all or nothing, isn't it? With him? Yeah. Or you got the best of him, or you got like, I don't know.
I think this formation doesn't suit Miggy, does it? Because obviously he's predominantly out on the wings, isn't he? So obviously Miggy's natural, probably his best position is like a number 10, and obviously he's not going to get that in this position. So it's like, do you revert back to the position we're playing before, like the formation we're playing before? Because obviously we're getting all the best players back, or do you just stick him on the wings and hope he just has the odd flash of brilliance?
Yeah, definitely. Like, don't get me wrong, there were times where he's picked the ball up and it's looked bright where he's run for the first 5 yards, and he gets past that, it gets into the final third and he's got nothing. Like he had nothing then. Like,
plus as well, his physics also don't work in his favor much.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, if he comes into a duo with someone, with a defender.
Oh, I don't know, mate. What about Messi?
Messi is. I don't want to be harsh to Almiron, but he's a smarter player. You know what?
Yeah, 100%. But you're talking about physicality; they're exactly the same size.
I'm not sure about it. Like, I think Messi is a little bit more buff.
I don't know. Well, maybe, but he's smaller than Almiron.
That's what I said. Interesting, Miggy.
Look, and in the chat, like, I'm not comparing Miggy and Messi in terms of quality. I'm not doing that at all. I don't like, with the Premier League being how it is. It's not as, I don't feel it's as physical as a league. Back in the 90s, you haven't got people like Vieira and Roy Keane trying to kick lumps out of each other. I think pace works, and he's got a lot of pace about him. I just don't feel like he's got the brain. Or the final product, rather. Like, I think he overthinks it. Maybe. I don't know about yourself, Liam. You made a good analogy. Like, he'd fit perfectly into a rugby side.
Yeah, he just seems to run straight. Like, he's never zigzagging, or like. I think it's because he's obviously that quick. In his mind, he's probably thinking, I don't need I can just run straight and blitz past people, but that doesn't always work.
Yeah. 100%. I'm just laughing at Geordie Sandcasters. Karl, your wife told you. Well, obviously, mate, and she's pregnant, so at least it works. So it doesn't matter.
I've got the weights. Messi weighs 72 kilos and Miggy weighs 63.
Okay, fair enough. So there's
who was right?
About a stone.
Got a stone, yeah.
Yeah,
stone. You guys, I can't understand you guys weighing stone, so it's so weird for me.
It is a weird thing, to be fair. Anyway,
you guys drive on the left side of the road. You guys use miles instead of kilometers. So weird. Stick with us.
They're pretty much bang on the same height. I think it's like 5 centimeters. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
you definitely would feel 5 centimeters extra though.
But that's only because Messi had to have injections. Remember, he had to have growth hormones. Who am I at now? Am I with? Right, this has gone Pete Tongue. Brandon, Joe Linton.
Oh, 5. Not much to say. Not as one of his worst performers of the last couple of weeks. He was picking up a form, but today he was classic Joe Linton again. So 5.
I don't think he got much service today. Like I said, I think I said on the watch along. I said in the fan reaction, he cannot do anything unless someone puts the ball in the box.
I agree though, but like in the end, like the other games he played last couple of weeks, he held the ball up more.
Yeah.
And today he didn't. So that's why I rated him 5.
You say that, but he's had another good chance today, and it's fallen on his left foot, and it's fallen on his left foot again, which is we becoming increasingly apparent. He doesn't have a left foot, so someone needs to work on his left foot for him.
But then I come back to what Steve said, the American guy. Do we gonna rate a player a 6 or a 7 because he had one good chance?
No. I'm not saying that. It's just like Liam said, he didn't get service, which I appreciate. But like, he has had another good chance again today, which he hasn't taken.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not saying that.
5 for me.
That's fair enough. Do you
agree,
Liam,
Liam?
would you agree?
Yeah, I think 5 is a bit fair. I think obviously, like you said before, obviously all the scores are inflated because of a drew. I think if we lost, it probably would have been a 2 or a 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The difference between Miggy and Messi, 480 goals. Look, we're not talking about we're not talking about the quality of the play. We were talking about their physicality.
Physics.
Yeah.
But fair
I
point.
knew I shouldn't have said anything. Please, no disrespect to anyone, but if you're coming in with the political shit, just fuck off. Like, we're not interested. Thank you. That's in the comment section, by the way. That isn't directed at any fans. So, Liam, coming back over to yourself, mate. Substitution. Were they made at the right time? Arguably, one of them could have been made at half time, but still, made it 59, 60th minute. More than enough time for Wilson to get involved. Come on for Kieran Clark, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think it was. No, it was Joe Linton. It was Joe Linton.
Yeah, because Willock come on for Kieran Clark.
Yeah.
Sorry. Callum Wilson on for Joe Linton after Joe Linton not having a great first half. What do you make of Callum Wilson's performance? Did he make a difference at all?
Well, I think he did, because obviously he scored, but then it disallowed it. So I think there was a threat when Wilson was up top. Obviously, I think Liverpool probably took it a bit more seriously. But what I think I said earlier in the watch along is you don't want to be playing Callum Wilson for the full of this match, because obviously it's just going to be one of them games where we're expecting to be hammered. So probably did come on at the right time. Give him a 7 the day.
Yeah,
because I think his goal should have stood, shouldn't it?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Mate. VAR,
waste of time. He couldn't have done anything with his arm, but then if you watch it back, you can see Alexander Trent pushing him in the back. So why was it not brought back for a penalty?
Brandon, what are your thoughts on it?
I agree with Liam. I didn't even think about that, but like looking back at it at the replay, yes, you could give penalty for that. But besides that, like his arm is here. If his arm wouldn't be there, it would have come to his hip or his ribs or whatever. The game would go to the same direction as it was when it hit his arm. So for me, there's no doubt that it's a handball. Like, I don't know, it's killing the game, man. And I don't know what to say about it. I really hate VAR, and I think it should be looked at again. I don't say it's a bad thing, and I keep pushing it. We should do like challenges, that every team gets like 2 challenges. If you have it right, you keep your challenge. If you get it wrong, you lose one. And
a bit like NFL. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's that. Or with tennis, for example, they have that there as well.
What is Liam's having a good crack at something?
Oh, it's just me, Mrs. being daft.
She's being naked.
Jesus
What?
Christ, Brandon! This is a family program.
Oh,
no, she's not.
Oh, I don't know. Well, you're almost naked under your dressing room, so.
Right. So back to the football.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you think? Just quickly about the VAR, Liam. It was brought in to kind of stop referees or stop people being objective about things and giving a clear cut reasoning as to what's a foul and what's not a foul. But it seems like it's gone in the opposite direction, that VAR has now come in and people are interpreting things differently. What do you think that is? Do you think it's VAR that's the problem, or do you think the rule books and the refs need to all be on the same page? No pun intended.
I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, the VAR referees obviously have just got to follow the rules, and if they see it as a pen, they see it as like a disallowed goal. They see it as a disallowed goal, so you cannot really blame them for doing their job. But if you didn't have VAR, Wilson would have got the goal. Because I don't think the referee had any complaints about it.
But it takes out the passion. It takes out the humanity of the game. It's a fucking FIFA game. It takes the football out of the football, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it just comes to the point. Us on the watch long, after the first one, after that got disallowed, you want to celebrate the second one, but you're like, oh, do I celebrate? Because is it a goal? Is it
Exactly.
not a goal?
Exactly.
So,
But I think it's just like with the lines as well, when it's like from your arm, but then
Yeah.
like the measure it to like where your bottom of the sleeve is, which I don't understand, and it just like why we're going through all this length to disallow a goal. I think there should be a time limit of like a minute to make a decision because it's obviously not clear and obvious. That's the whole point.
yeah, no, I agree with that. There should be a time limit on the decision making. I think 100%. But moving on to
it's just getting
goal
used in the
scorer.
wrong way, man.
Yeah,
Really.
moving on to the goal scorer, Joe Willock. Brandon, how do you think he fared today? Comes on for Kieran Clark. Jonjo Shelvey dropping in at centre half. Makes a massive impact again.
Yeah, and I think he should deserve a start. I should go on with the score first. I gave ASM an 8. I gave Joe Willock because he scored an 8.5.
Fair enough.
It wasn't be on too long to make him man of the match, but you can see it immediately if he comes in. He's such an impact. I hope to see that as well if he really starts playing games from the start instead of being a substitution. But if it stays like this, being a sub and scoring and being a pinch hitter, why not? But
yeah, I mean,
what do you guys think?
I don't argue with anything you said, mate. I think he even had he have not got a goal, he gets himself in the right positions. There was 2 or 3 headed opportunities where he's got himself into the right positions. I thought he drove the ball well. He obviously wants to do as much as he can in the little amount of time, but he 100% deserves to start. But it's just one of those things where Steve Bruce will look at it and this is the winning formula at the moment, per se. What about yourself, Liam?
Yeah, he's been fantastic since he's came, and obviously I think as of yesterday he's got with 5 points from his goals, so he's got with like 6 points from 4 goals. It's massive, really, and for someone that's played half the games that everybody else has, he's like with second highest goal scorer.
Yeah,
it just shows that he's obviously got a bit about him where he knows to get in the box. Obviously, Hayden and Shelvey, Hayden's good, but ultimately you need more people to score more goals.
100%. He's the only kind of midfielder other than maybe Matty that drives into those positions from the middle. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think
sorry,
Sean did it a little today. He was making more runs, but obviously I think he's obviously thinking, "Oh, my position's not safe now." So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next week. Who he's going to bring off the bench to try and score, because obviously Willock kind of play because we're against Arsenal.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think I would be happy if we signed him for 20 million.
Yeah, I think that's like top end decent price as well.
I actually think now Willock is the on average per minute the best goal scorer of our team. If you look at minutes he played and the goals he scored, he probably is higher than Wilson though. Or it's at least it would be close. Could be close.
Fair enough. Finally, Dwight Gale, who I didn't expect to see. I think he come on in the 85th minute. I don't think he
touch the ball.
No, I was just going to say I don't actually remember him doing anything, so it's just going to be a non-applicable for Dwight Gale. Yeah, I think he what is Dwight Gale to Newcastle anymore? I'm not sure. The contract seemed like it got rushed through because we're going into the Championship, and I don't really see him as being an integral part of the club next year.
But then again, like I said a few times, a few weeks ago already, it's also good we give him an extension because we can sell him.
Got an assist according to the comments.
Did he?
Really?
I don't remember Gale having the assist. Well, that's absolutely fair enough. I'll give him
10 then.
Gale didn't get an assist, did he?
Really? Did he really? Wait, let me check that real quick.
I don't remember that. If he did, fair enough. With everything that was going on.
He did assist.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. What do I give him then? Other than his wage?
6.
Nah.
Whatever. No, I
can't remember what his assist was.
I would just
did it to Willock. Fair enough. Yeah,
I don't think Gil was long enough on for being rated though. Although he had the assist. Let's just respect White Gil and just put him as non-applicable, and even though he had the assist.
I'd feel bad giving him a non-applicable if he's got the assist though. Gale 11 won us the game. Yeah, we'll go with whatever the chat says. I can't believe that we've all missed that he got the assist, but it is what it is.
I think we missed his assist as well because we were
still reeling about the
because game. Yeah, exactly, about the VAR.
Still reeling about VAR. Yeah. Moving on.
I turned the stream off when Wilson scored, and then when it was just before Wilson scored, and then I turned it off again after VAR cancelled it, so I missed both goals. So I had to go and rewatch them.
Is it, when we've all had like our bloopers where Johnny's done stuff and Sam's done stuff, like it's definitely going to be me next saying, "Oh, Dwight Gale's come on, done absolutely nothing." Everyone's like, "He's fucking got an assist. He's fucking scored."
I can't remember him actually, apart from the assist, like doing anything.
No, look at all. I really can't. Player to leave Allan Gale and Jonathan Hendrick with Shelvey. If Newcastle want to get top 10 next season, we need to sell to improve. I absolutely agree with that 100%. We need a massive change around in the middle of the park. Right, coming over to the manager, Steve Bruce. I'll start with yourself, Liam. Where does he go? What did you give him today?
A 5. We didn't press them enough. They were there for the taking. We could have battered them the day. I think that's probably one of the worst I've seen Liverpool play in a long, long time. Obviously, they had 22 shots on goal, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they were there for the taking. We should have pressed them so much. We gave them so much time and space. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were just pinging balls about left, right, and centre. But a five for me from Bruce. Obviously, we got the point, so it would have been a lot lower if we'd lost. So
yeah, fair enough. Brandon, yourself?
I agree with Liam. Not much to add on, to be fair. Still Bruce. So, yeah. Is that a thing though that you don't make substitutions straight after the first half? Because he never seems to do that. He never makes a substitution.
I know.
But I think it's a bit harsh substituting Joe Linton just because he's having a bad spell. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but you like to get somebody solved, right? And if you see he has a bad first half, why not change it? But they're professionals, Liam. I mean, come on.
But then you go back to the thing that Wilson's had a muscle injury, so you didn't want to like overexert him straight away. And obviously, at 1-0 down, you're thinking, is it worthwhile putting Wilson on against Liverpool? Do you know what I mean? So I think he made the substitution spot on. Obviously, he got a genius with Gale and Willock coming on. Obviously, do you know what I mean? Assist goal.
I'm giving him. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Yeah, I think with the lineup that we've got, I think this formation does suit us at the moment in terms of the results that we're trying to grind out. I think the majority of players are playing well in those positions. I think Miggy is being made to be a bit of a scapegoat, unfortunately, but to ensure safety, I'm okay with that at the moment.
We're not actually playing that bad, are we? Like, no. apart from today, like the last couple of games, we've been playing quite well football. So it just goes to show, like, he doesn't need to just sit back like he's been doing. Like for them, what was it when we went undefeated? We got beat like for 11 games in a row. It's just like why did that happen? Do you know what I mean? So, obviously, he's going to blame COVID, isn't he? So.
No, and the three, and let's not forget. Now we know that it was Dwight Gale with the assist. The 3 substitutions that he's made have all made an impact on the game, and they're the reason that we've drew.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that me and Liam scored him a 5, you scored him a 6.5? Is it fair that on average he scored a 5.7, 5.8?
If you've worked that out, mate, yeah. If that's the average,
is that fair?
Yeah.
I didn't work it out. I just done it on top of my head, but I think the average is around that.
It might be slightly higher. So 11. What is it? 11, 17.
I think I'm not far off with 5.8.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go with 6 on average. We can't be doing 0.8s. No, 0.5s are one thing, but we can't be doing 0.6s, 7s, and 8s.
6.7 next game, like on like rates them to see how well they play. 6.99.
Yeah.
Just a 7.
So we'll go with a solid 6 for Steve Bruce. Some might agree, some might disagree. Some in the sense that someone might think that he should have scored higher, which is absolutely fine. I think he's done okay over the last few weeks, and at the end of the day, we've ground results out and we're safe now. So
we're finally safe, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not mathematically true, but I think Fulham have got 5 games left, so they need to win 4 games to at least overtake us.
Plus, Brighton have still hard fixtures as well.
Definitely. What we've got? We'll beat Arsenal if Wilson starts with Maxi. Think we're clutching at straws, complaining about the timing of the subs. We made them and they work point. Anfield will take that. Stan Crookie, we want you to stay. 6, we didn't lose, 100%. Yeah, thought it was a relatively good performance from Steve Bruce. Thought the players were okay. Not our best day of football, but we've had worse and we're safe. So thank you to everyone for joining the chat. If you agree, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Drop your ratings in the comment section. Liam, thank you very much, mate, for your absolute graft today. And also, Brandon, thank you very much for your absolute graft today with your new microphone. But yeah, we've got Lee coming up with the last word. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, share it as much as possible, so everyone can see our ugly faces and disagree with the absolute shit that comes out of our mouths. We'll see you next week. Take care.
See you later.
Shut up.